Rome. The name alone evokes a sense of awe and wonder. Walk its ancient streets and you tread on the same stones as Caesar and Cicero. Gaze upon the Colosseum and you can almost hear the roar of the crowd and the clash of gladiatorial steel. Rome is a city steeped in history, a living testament to the power and ingenuity of one of the world's most influential civilizations. Our language, our laws, our art, our architecture all bear the indelible mark of Rome. But what is it about this ancient civilization that continues to captivate us? Perhaps it is the sheer scale of Roman ambition, or maybe it is their remarkable achievements in art, literature, and engineering, achievements that still inspire wonder and admiration today. Join us now as we journey back in time to explore the fascinating world of ancient Rome. The story of Rome begins, as many great stories do, with a legend. It is the tale of two brothers, Romulus and Remus, abandoned as infants and left to die on the banks of the Tiber River. Rescued by a she-wolf who nurtured them in her den, the twins were later found and raised by a shepherd. And so, according to legend, Rome was founded in 753 BC by Romulus, who gave the city his name. While the story of Romulus and Remus is undoubtedly a captivating tale, historians believe that the founding of Rome was a more gradual process. Archaeological evidence suggests that the area around the Palatine Hill, one of the 7 hills of Rome, was inhabited as early as the 10th century BC. Over time, small settlements scattered across these hills began to coalesce, eventually forming a larger urban center. As Rome grew in size and prominence, it came under the influence of the Etruscans, a powerful and sophisticated civilization that flourished in central Italy. The Etruscans were skilled artisans, engineers, and warriors, and they left an indelible mark on Roman culture. They introduced advanced building techniques, metalworking, and military tactics, shaping the Romans into a formidable force. The city expanded, new temples and public buildings were constructed, and trade flourished. However, Roman rule under the Etruscans would not last forever. And in 509 BC, a pivotal event occurred that would forever alter the course of Roman history: the overthrow of the Etruscan monarchy and the establishment of the Roman Republic. This marked a radical departure from the rule of kings and ushered in an era of self-government, albeit one initially dominated by a privileged elite. Central to the Republic was the concept of shared power and civic duty. The early years of the Republic were marked by a struggle for power between the Patricians and the Plebeians, the common citizens of Rome. The Plebeians resented the Patricians' monopoly on power and wealth. They demanded greater political rights and protection under the law. This conflict, known as the Conflict of the Orders, lasted for over 2 centuries. While the internal struggles of the Republic played out, Rome also began to expand its influence beyond the confines of its immediate territory. Driven by a combination of factors, the need for land to accommodate a growing population, the desire for resources and wealth, and a growing sense of its own destiny, Rome embarked on a series of military campaigns. The early conquests focused on consolidating control over the Italian peninsula. This pragmatic approach to empire building, coupled with Rome's growing military might, allowed it to expand its influence at an astonishing rate. By the late Republic, Rome's relentless expansion had brought immense wealth, but also internal tensions. Powerful generals, commanding legions loyal to them rather than the Senate, emerged as rivals for power. Among them was Julius Caesar, a brilliant military strategist and charismatic politician. In 49 BC, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River, the symbolic boundary between Roman Italy and its provinces, igniting a civil war. Caesar's assassination in 44 BC plunged Rome back into civil war. His adopted son and heir Octavian eventually emerged victorious. defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra in Egypt. Octavian, taking the name Augustus, ushered in a new era for Rome, the Roman Empire. Augustus's reign marked the beginning of the Pax Romana, a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity that lasted for over 2 centuries. Under his rule and his successors, the empire flourished. The Pax Romana did not mean an end to Roman expansion. Emperors like Claudius, Trajan, and Hadrian continued to push the boundaries of the empire, conquering new territories and consolidating Roman rule. The Roman army, a formidable fighting force, maintained order within the empire and defended its frontiers against external threats. These frontiers became zones of cultural exchange where Roman civilization interacted with the cultures of the people beyond. The Roman Empire, despite its apparent strength and stability, faced numerous challenges. Internal struggles for power, economic fluctuations, and external pressures from migrating peoples and rival empires tested the resilience of Roman rule. The crisis of the 3rd century, from 235 to 284 AD, a period of civil war, economic instability, and barbarian invasions, nearly brought the empire to its knees. Diocletian, who emerged as emperor in 284 AD, implemented radical reforms to stabilize the empire. He divided the empire into eastern and western halves, each ruled by a separate emperor. The Roman Empire left an indelible mark on the world, not only through its military and political might, but also through its remarkable cultural achievements. Roman architecture stands as a testament to their ingenuity and enduring legacy. From towering aqueducts that carried water for miles to magnificent amphitheaters that hosted gladiatorial combats, Roman architecture served both practical and symbolic purposes. The Colosseum, a massive amphitheater, could hold up to 80,000 spectators. Another enduring symbol is the Pantheon, a temple dedicated to all the gods. These architectural marvels were symbols of Roman power and cultural dominance. Roman art, like its architecture, was influenced by Greek traditions but developed its own distinctive characteristics. Roman sculpture, for example, while drawing inspiration from Greek models, emphasized realism and portraiture. In addition to sculpture, the Romans were also masters of mosaic art. Using small pieces of colored glass, stone, or ceramic, Roman artisans created intricate and colorful designs on floors, walls, and ceilings. The mosaics of Pompeii, preserved under volcanic ash for centuries, offer a particularly vivid glimpse into the lives of the ancient Romans. The Roman Empire produced a rich and diverse body of literature encompassing poetry, drama, history, and philosophy. Latin, the language of the Romans, became the lingua franca of the empire, facilitating communication and cultural exchange across its vast territories. One of the most celebrated Roman poets, Virgil, composed the epic poem the Aeneid, which tells the story of Aeneas, a Trojan hero who escaped the destruction of Troy and eventually founded Rome. In the realm of prose, Roman historians like Livy and Tacitus chronicled the history of Rome, from its legendary founding to the reign of the emperors. Roman philosophers, such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, grappled with questions of ethics, morality, and the meaning of life, offering timeless wisdom that continues to resonate with readers today. The Roman Empire may have crumbled centuries ago, its once mighty legions reduced to dust and legend, but its spirit lives on in the very fabric of Western civilization. The Romans were not only conquerors and builders, they were also innovators and thinkers who left an enduring legacy of law, language, and governance. At the heart of this legacy is Roman law, a sophisticated system of jurisprudence that formed the bedrock of legal systems across Europe and beyond. Roman jurists, through centuries of legal precedent and codification, developed concepts such as natural law, civil rights, and due process. The idea that all citizens are entitled to equal protection under the law, a cornerstone of modern democracies, has its roots in Roman legal principles. The Roman Republic's emphasis on civic duty and the rule of law provided a model for later republics and representative governments. The very structure of government, with its separation of powers, checks and balances, and representative assemblies, echoes the Roman Republic's attempts to prevent tyranny and ensure a degree of popular participation. Even today, the Roman Senate, with its image of venerable statesmen debating the affairs of state, continues to inspire awe and serve as a model for legislative bodies around the world. Beyond the realm of law and governance, the Romans' practical ingenuity continues to astound. Their engineering feats, from roads and aqueducts to bathhouses and amphitheaters, showcased their technological prowess and transformed the ancient world. Roman roads, built for the swift movement of legions and goods, crisscrossed the empire, connecting distant provinces. These roads, many of which still form the basis of modern networks, were marvels of engineering. Roman aqueducts, those feats of hydraulic engineering, brought fresh water from distant springs to cities, enabling urban growth. The sight of these towering structures, their arches supporting water channels, still inspires awe. The legacy of Roman engineering continues to influence modern urban planning, infrastructure, and architectural design. From the use of concrete to the incorporation of arches and domes, Roman innovations shape our built environment. The next time you stroll through a city park or turn on a tap, appreciate the enduring legacy of Roman ingenuity. The Roman Empire, once seemingly invincible, eventually succumbed to a combination of internal decay and external pressures. By the 5th century AD, the Western Roman Empire, weakened by economic decline, political instability, and relentless waves of barbarian invasions, had fragmented into a patchwork of smaller kingdoms. The fall of Rome marked a turning point in history, signaling the end of antiquity and the beginning of the Middle Ages. Yet even in its demise, Rome's influence did not wane. The legacy of Roman law, language, and culture continued to shape Western civilization. The story of Rome is a timeless tale that resonates today. It is a story of ambition, power, innovation, and adaptation. From the Colosseum to Roman law, echoes of ancient Rome surround us. They remind us of history's interconnectedness and the power of ideas. Studying Rome is exploring our roots in Western civilization. Within Roman history lie universal themes of power, justice, and glory. These themes offer timeless lessons for our age. Thank you for watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe to explore some of the best destinations around the world.